Some of the decisions that they use and the criteria that they use to buy wine, of course, convenience. If you order wine from us by 3 o'clock, you will have it the next morning by 10 a.m. We have to give that convenience. We have to provide savings. It's just a reality. People don't need, wine is becoming a little more commoditized than probably anybody here would like to see, but it's just a reality that people want to see savings. Obviously, a red wine market, at least in the United States, people really want to know a few basic things. When should I drink it? Is it good or bad? What's the style of the wine? And we care less about whether it tastes like blackberry or blueberry. That's not as important. Just tell me the style, do you like it or not, and let's go from there. And if blogs, for us, is not as big of a factor. Blogs tend to be very informative, but for us, don't necessarily help us sell wine. So this is advice for promoting your brand, through J.J. Buckley, and there's some basic things here. Of course, emails. This is how we communicate, so the more we can send to our consumers directly, the better. Advertising, probably less important, but obviously we do accept advertising on the websites. More Wines App, Wine Commune than J.J. Buckley, and it tends to be more on the social media websites than retailer. Sometimes there are monetary credits that will offset the shipping expense that can make a big difference. Of course, events, they're a little more difficult, but they do help in sort of establishing credibility, both to the consumer, but also more importantly to the staff, who will then take that message on to the consumer. Content and merchandising. Obviously, suppliers who can give us more merchandising and more content, the better. Always communicate, be available for either in-person, email, or phone. It's more important than people think. Obviously, adopting aggressive and creative sales. Again, internet sales is not about putting an item up for sale and expecting it to sell. You still have to make in-face and adopt other creative ways to sell the wine. Understand your market, identify your key clients, and those could be your largest retailers, for example, that can really push a brand. And again, tell a story. Always important. Everyone's got a story, and the more you can tell it, the more you can have the sales staff, whether it's on the distributor level, on the retail level, understand your story. Country, when it comes to appreciating wine, we still look at labels and we look at points. Here, people are probably a little more comfortable with their wine, and it's not so much about showing off what you're able to buy. And so I think in countries like the United States, we've been approached by people in China, for example. They want to have a way to help them find wine. And so search engines like Wines App or Wine Searcher are very useful tools, especially in countries like that.